Hello, and welcome to our channel. If you're new here, we're thrilled to have you join us, and if you're a returning viewer, welcome back. On this channel, we explore the fascinating history, culture, and evolution of martial arts from around the world. Today, we're diving into one of the most exciting and rapidly growing sports in the world, mixed martial arts, or MMA. Before we jump into today's deep dive, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss an upload. We're always bringing you fresh, in-depth content on martial arts, and you won't want to miss what we have coming up next. The roots of MMA stretch back thousands of years, far beyond the modern octagon. The idea of combining different fighting techniques isn't a new one, it's something ancient warriors and athletes have been doing for centuries. In ancient Greece, there was pankration, a no-holds-barred mix of boxing and wrestling that was part of the early Olympic Games. The Romans had their gladiators, who fought using a variety of weapons and tactics in brutal arena contests. And across Asia, martial artists were blending striking, grappling, and weapon techniques long before the term MMA was ever coined. Historical context: these early combat sports were some of the first examples of mixed martial arts, where the boundaries between different fighting styles were blurred. But it wasn't until the 20th century that the modern concept of MMA began to take shape. In the early 1900s, style versus style matches became popular, where fighters from different martial arts backgrounds would challenge each other to prove which discipline was the most effective. These matches often featured judo against boxing, wrestling against karate, and other combinations that laid the groundwork for what would eventually become MMA. The real turning point for MMA came in 1993 with the creation of the Ultimate Fighting Championship, or UFC, in the United States. The UFC was designed as a no-holds-barred tournament to answer the age-old question, which martial art is the best in a real fight? The early UFC events were unlike anything the world had seen before. There were almost no rules, no weight classes, and fighters from vastly different backgrounds competing against each other. It was raw, unfiltered combat that shocked, amazed, and captivated audiences. MMA's evolution: as the UFC gained popularity, it quickly became clear that MMA was more than just a spectacle, it was a sport with the potential to grow and evolve. To ensure the safety of the fighters and the legitimacy of the competition, new rules were introduced. Weight classes were established, rounds were timed, and a set of unified rules was developed to govern the sport. These changes helped transform MMA from a chaotic free-for-all into a professional sport with a global following. Moments in MMA history: throughout the 2000s, MMA experienced explosive growth, both in the United States and around the world. The UFC emerged as the premier MMA organization, producing some of the sport's most iconic fighters. Legends like Randy Couture, Chuck Liddell, Georges St-Pierre, and Anderson Silva became household names, and their epic battles in the octagon helped propel MMA into the mainstream. The sport's appeal lay in its unpredictability. Every fight was a thrilling mix of strategy, skill, and raw athleticism, where anything could happen. Global expansion of MMA: but MMA's influence wasn't confined to the United States. The sport began to spread across the globe, with organizations like Pride in Japan showcasing some of the greatest fighters the world has ever seen. Pride brought a unique flair to MMA, with grand entrances, larger-than-life personalities, and epic matchups that drew huge crowds. In recent years, organizations like One Championship have further expanded MMA's reach, bringing the sport to new audiences in Asia and beyond. Today, MMA is a truly global sport, with millions of fans and athletes from every corner of the world. The fighters of today are not just specialists in one discipline, they are complete mixed martial artists, trained in striking, grappling, submissions, and everything in between. The evolution of MMA has led to a sport that is more sophisticated and technical than ever before, with fighters constantly pushing the boundaries of what's possible. MMA's journey from ancient combat sports to the global phenomenon it is today is a story of innovation, adaptability, and the relentless pursuit of excellence. It's a sport that challenges its athletes to be the best they can be, not just in one area, but in every aspect of combat. Whether you're a long-time fan or new to the world of MMA, there's something about this sport that captures the imagination and keeps us coming back for more. Conclusion: thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the history of MMA, please give this video a thumbs up and share it with your friends. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell so you never miss an episode. We're constantly exploring the rich history and culture of martial arts, and we've got plenty more exciting content coming your way. We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. What's your favorite moment in MMA history? And what martial arts topics would you like us to cover next? Until next time, keep exploring, stay curious, and continue your journey through the fascinating world of martial arts.